Sorry, I was picturing 4 islands.
I just wear this to keep those, what would he say? I only wear this to keep, I can't remember his line when he was showing off his wedding ring, and then he looks over, see that MILF, she's checking me out, and it was his mom. Alright, so this is Fission down 1 game here. Pressure's on, he's really got to come with his A game here, and right now something, what is going on? Oh no, he is 7 pulling.
He knows this is forced cross spawns. He knows exactly where his opponent is. He's seen Voice's play before. He knows he likes for that expansion type build, and that's obviously what Voice is doing now, throwing down that pylon here in the front.
Yeah. Oh, and it doesn't look like Voice knows that this is cross only, which is even in the latter edition now. It's cross only. So he is scouting the wrong location first. Is he going to put anything else in here into his build besides this pylon?
Hopefully he does something here, because that pool's about to finish. The probe's going to get there in time to see those Zerglings pop.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to have 6 lings in production right now. As there goes our double gas. They're going to pop off. Go ahead, get that supply that they need.
Double extractor trick here.
Yeah, and they're just now getting in, seeing lings here. He's putting nothing else down except for a single pylon, and now he's got to start being in panic mode.
Yeah, now is where I don't even agree with putting that forge up right now. Try and pylon block my main ramp.
Yeah.
If I go with something, he's going to try and throw up some gateways, throw up another pylon, get that wall set, but I don't think it's going to be enough time.
Yeah, as here comes the first lings working their way across. These probe is trying to do what it can to slow them down a little bit. Queen on its way as well. He is hoping to get this forge finished up just as fast as possible so he can try to get a cannon behind something, as they're going to start going right after one of these pylons and immediately. And here it comes, working on one pylon. He's going to have to put pylon behind it to keep it blocked. Oh, and it looks like he's going to split his forces a little bit and work on 2 different ones at once, forcing more.
Work on all 3 pylons, actually. He needs to throw up another pylon, because at least one's going down. The others might as well have to see.
Cannon is about halfway. Yeah, there goes another gate. Still not able to get a single unit in. They've got 1 pylon down. A second one is following. He's gonna fall. Oh, and he is through. The cannon is up. He's going to have to do the long run around. But he is going to avoid all cannon. What? Oh, and now he can just come back and pick on this, because cannon is not powered up right now. Workers pulled to try to deal with these lings. And on
this is so much lost mining time, and there's not even more lings in production.
Yeah.
Vision is going to expand.
Yeah. Alright, so we've got 2 gates here. It might take him a second to realize that one of these gates is not powered right now.
Basically what happened right there, guys, is he was trying to put on his pants, and he stopped him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And right now,
that's
and he's having to actually work on getting a zealot out first before he can even power that other gateway. With the expand behind this and getting to drone up behind this, this is just really amazing that he was able to do this. I mean, just now starting to get that other pylon down. He's having to hold a block position, pulling a zealot back to come in after this single ling that's still hanging around.
Yeah, and that's just put. Oh wow, that was really good play by Vision. He knows Voice plays a little bit greedy against Zerg. Took full advantage of that, but didn't overextend himself at all. Honestly, even if he had, I think more lings would have just ended the game, basically.
Yeah, and look at all these workers being pulled.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of workers being pulled to get 1 ling taken care of.
Yeah, and honestly, that ling wasn't even doing anything. The ling didn't do anything except scout, but right now, a Zerg player knows exactly what's going on. Even if he wasn't in base, he knows exactly what Protoss would be doing at this point. He just shut him down so hard. And even Roach weren't about to be finished here for Fission. Oh, yeah, it's a lot of larva sitting too.
And look at this. I mean, we're almost 7 minutes into the game, and we're just now getting able to start Warp Gate Tech. It's just now getting a chance to start. And you never want your Warp Tech starting at the same time that roaches can start making it out. I mean, that's just not where you want to be. The money is all completely in Fission's side right now. Looks like they're going to do a run by past the Zealot, who is going to go ahead and try to check out the third. We don't have a queen out at the natural yet, so this can be damaging because he doesn't have enough creep spread to get over there, and actually he's got to walk off creep for a while to deal with this. But now he's starting. Oh, that's strange.
Yeah, Protoss just pulled back. Huh.
Yeah, you had like free reign. I'm assuming he saw those about to pop and was a little concerned about it. Looks like he's going to go ahead and put that forward pylon down by the third. Now, there's not one. He wants to conserve that Zealot.
Like 7 more roaches on the way for our Zerg player as well. That Warp Gate's going to finish, but I'm not sure if he can hold if Zerg decides to keep dedicating to this. Right now, he's just taking out some of these proxy pylons, which is going to severely delay this Warp Gate Protoss, which is already delayed. You're seeing, with all the probes, all the mining time lost.
Yeah, your voice is in a really bad spot here. Overlord's coming out, more roaches on the way. Your voice going ahead and trying to expand now.
In this. Look at that layer of just starting as well. A few sentries and Robo on the way. Expansion coming down for voice, but just so far behind.
You know, I'm really surprised to see. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Still only sitting at 21 probes, 34 drones as well. I mean, just so far behind.
I'm still a little bit surprised with what he knows he did so early on, that he's taking this third instead of just pumping out more roaches and trying to go for the throat. I mean, I know he wants to play safe because, you know, you're down a game, but you just had your opponent by the throat. You're coming in now. There's not a whole lot to hold you off. I mean, it's going to take good sentries to deal with this, but even that, you know, he's going to try to bait some force fields as well. Another pylon going down. Just going to pop in, going right after that forge now, and having to add another pylon on here, as I mean, we're at 92 supply to 42 supply. It's just a huge difference. This expansion for voice is yet to be able to be used whatsoever. He's only using it for the chrono at this point. And right now these roaches pretty much have him trapped. We got roach speed on the way, ling speed on the way, infestation on the way. I mean, he could transition straight into broods at this point because he's got himself in a good position. Oh, and why is all this pushing out and leaving the sentries at home? Guess he's worried about a run by.
But still, in that case, you just have one zealot to block and a sentry, so you can turn down a force field.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure. I think voice just wanted to kind of push, so he wasn't quite as contained as he was. But those stalkers, if Fission had really looked and seen that it was only those few stalkers, he could have taken them out easily. And then there's virtually nothing defending at home. Let's see what each of these guys wants to do. We actually have Fission. What is he gonna do with his?
Look at this. He is going ahead and getting ventral stacks. He is going to do a drop. Look at all. I mean, look at the placement of all these overlords. They're all ready to be loaded up. This will be quite interesting to see if he can pull this off. If he can get over there. The downside is, oh, there's not. I thought that was the other one.
No, the overlord actually saw the warp prism though, so he's Zerg already has his army in position.
Yeah. The downside to not having something like a Hydra Den out, he needs to get that queen in a good position. But it looks like he's going to go straight for the Zelnaga, going to run right into a bunch of stalkers and push them back, surprisingly. Oh, nice surround that he worked on there, is doing a run by and grabbing them. More stalkers being lost than need to be.
Let's see, the Warp Prism's about to make its way in, drop these 3 Zealots, warping some more, but there's so many roaches here, it's not even going to do damage.
Yeah, he's going far enough that he's picking up and having to move immediately. We've got Hive Tech on the way. We've got the Spire finishing up. We're going to see broods working their way out quite quickly as all these overlords are coming. Here comes the Queen to try to get some more hits on this Warp Prism.
And Zealots
they're
might
going
be
to
able
try
to
to get
down
the
that
Queen.
but that's it.
Yeah. And so far it's all, oh, it's so close. That Warp Prism is 12 hit points from falling. There's not much he can really do with it there. Oh, there it goes.
And the
it
Prism
falls.
gets taken out by a Queen just like chilling on the outside of the base.
They took that Queen like 4 minutes to get over there too. And look at all these lings hanging out by the 3rd. There is a run by path if he's able to catch it before a force field is hit. Looks like he's going to pull that back. I'm interested to see if he's going to load some of these overlords up or not. As it's finished, Greater Spiral on the way.
And taking his 4th base as well there in the center of the map, which right now he's just so dominant in this game he can easily afford to. I honestly feel like Vision might just be being too passive.
Yeah. Well,
look, sitting triple the supply of his opponent, will now double with the extra warp, and he's taking all these bases too. He's just so far ahead he can afford to. This drop should end it, but there's a lot of stalkers here. He already knows what's going on. The Observer caught it a while ago.
but even that, I mean, some of these will fall, but not all of them. And a lot of this, in my opinion, is him cleaning up some supply, because when that Greater Spire comes out, he wants Corruptors, he wants Broods, you know. So I think part of this is supply cleaning.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You can try and swap your supply. He's still going to have to build roaches and things like that for his for support for the broods, but this is just going to do so much damage. That's more than enough to take out all these stalkers. Even if 2 or 3 overlords get taken out, it's not too big a deal. As long as he has good drop micro here. The first Colossus does pop out, and that's going to help, but I think there's just too much.
Yeah, this is so much coming into base. They're targeting down, stopping an additional Colossus from being able to work its way out, and we have got units everywhere on here.
Yeah, and this is just going to be too much. I don't see this being held off. Vision actually just focusing down that Nexus. I'm not quite sure what I think about that. He had a nice chance to go and take out that Colossus earlier, but now it's in a nice position. Actually taking out a lot of roaches. Great control here by our Protoss player.
I'm not 100% sure that Vision's worried about this. I mean, look at this. He's cleaning up some drones and stuff by taking, you know, he's on what's that do for 7 bases now. Anything these roaches can do are great. He's making 18 more roaches, 12 Corruptors, so he's about to be remaxed instantaneously. This Nexus stands with 23 hit points on it, and as these it looks like he wants to clean up his Ling inventory too, as he's going to go ahead and try to take a run by here at the 3rd. And I think he's just buying himself some time, you know, because he's got his Corruptors coming. He's got his Brood Tech. He needs some morph time, and with Blink,
he needs gas though.
With Blink is not out yet. I think he got stopped in the midst of that. Yeah, he is awful low on gas as he's taking all these bases just for. He's not adding queens to him. He's not doing anything. He's just trying. I mean, because he's so high on supply.
This is actually kind of scary right here, because he doesn't have enough gas to transform those Brood Lords. He's definitely going to lose this base here. You shouldn't even realistically try and defend it. Just try and keep remaxing on these roaches and catch that Protoss army out of position.
Yeah. And I'm really surprised he took that Corruptor in as far as he did. There was no real reason for it. All it was doing. Robo getting reestablished here for URVoice. There's been so much damage done though. Finally, we got the first Brood Lord starting to warp its way in. The Colossus certainly isn't going to make it to this battle. There's a lot of stalkers here though.
Yeah, a lot. And yeah, that Colossus would fall pretty much instantaneously, but there's just not enough gas for Brood Lords. Finally, he's starting to get enough. We still don't have him making it. Shouldn't be too much longer before he does, though.
Yeah. So he's got to start getting some some of these gases. Yeah, it's like he's got all these extra bases. He could just take some of his existing workers over, even if he didn't want to make new ones. And
he's actually oversaturated heavily at his third base.
Yeah, and making more workers right now.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he's going to start just moving all these around so he can start collecting more gas. But here comes all these broods. Look at that brood, and these as they're starting to move out.
It is finished, by the way.
Okay, it did finish. I wasn't sure if it finished before or after. So this,
it looked like it barely finished, and I didn't think
and the Blink's
broods are
right
get
under that. Roach is not with them.
Going to lose every brood. Only picks off 3, has to pull back. If that was target fired a little bit, he could have taken out every single brood that was... You never want broods to be standing on their own.
Yeah, and here comes the +3s for Voice on his attack.
And Voice throwing some zealots up here, taking out some of these additional expansions from our third player.
Yeah,
and more broodlords on the way. And let's see, this is Fission's just kind of being too passive, I feel. I mean, he's letting the Protoss catch up. There was a point in time where he was 3 times the supply of his opponent.
I'm not real sure why he's throwing 13 more drones into this right now.
More broodlords kicked off as they hatch. This is so bad for Fission right here. He just got too greedy, I feel. He's just spreading himself out. Look at all these broodlords being taken out.
They're still so strong. These roaches he shouldn't be splitting this army. He needs to keep these roaches with it the whole time, because that's twice he's been caught out of position with them. Bunch of 26 lings working their way out right now. Why does he keep pushing these broods in first? He's sending broods first and roaches behind, and I'm just not agreeing with that. Looks like he might have been trying to bait a blink there, but there's not enough roaches here to really clean everything up the way that you'd want. Here comes some more that are going to flank from the side. He's going to keep pushing back.
Doing an amazing job.
Yeah. Colossus up to... He's doing... Oh, and Colossus does fall. Here comes more roaches, more broods. 32 more lings working their way up as well. This last Colossus is standing right now. 3 more broods on the way. Like Fission is really playing this army quite sloppy, but I think he's not really all that worried about it. It doesn't seem like. It seems like he's
I mean,
oh well.
He should have this game, but still, that's incredibly sloppy.
Yeah,
even
more,
losing 2 additional broodlords.
Yeah, more dropping, having to bring it, and now here comes all the lings to try to deal with some of these stalkers that are just blinking away.
Look at our, they're starting to even up. Zerg's just losing so much. If you look at the
22 kills on that Colossus during that exchange alone, and now he's going to go ahead and start marching this army up. Oh, here's some corruptors right here, free for the taking. He's going to try to grab Blink and undergo. Look at all these corruptors sitting right here.
Wow. Because just take a look at the resources lost tab. There's 21,000 resources lost for our Zerg to 13,000 for our Protoss. Even though he was so far behind, Zerg's just playing so sloppy right now.
Yeah.
I really feel he thought he was far enough in the lead. He couldn't lose and just really wasn't trying.
Yeah, he's not doing a good job at really securing this. He is blinking into these broods, but once again, broods by themselves. Here goes 3 that are going to fall again. These are just expensive units. It's like throwing Colossus away. You just can't afford to do this.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like it could very easily cost him the game if he keeps playing this sloppy. He doesn't have much income anymore. It's actually evening out to the Protosses, and Protoss has an easier time on 3 bases than Zerg has.
And here they go after another base, pushing out all these broods that are sitting at the Zonaga. I'm really surprised that they're not moving somewhere, like to do something. Alright, now it looks like they're finally going to start moving towards something, because they have to start forcing this army to pull back, or he's in a lot of troubles. We've got High Templar coming in. Alright. So now we're going to slowly start seeing some units, some buildings getting picked up. Archon's working into this though. Corruptor moving forward, going for these Colossus that are unprotected. Only a couple stalkers here, but then now he's been sandwiched in with all these stalkers. He really needs just a lot of lings to deal with all these stalkers, and the supply lead is really shifting hard here.
Yeah, I mean, just honestly,
we've got Voice taking his
it's
fourth.
Just sloppy play from Fission. We know he's a better player than this guy. It's not like he's not a great player. He is.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes you feel like you're in such a lead that you can do whatever you want, but you need to realize this is a strategy game. You have to always play your 100%. You can't just sit here and back off because you think you have such a lead.
Also, like, on the Protoss, we've got 3 attack, no armor, but we've only got 1/1s on all of these roaches. I mean, he was right. I mean, look how much money he's riding. I'm not sure why he has so few, but now they're even on bases. We got Lings trying to. All right, Lings do get to cancel off this fourth down here, going after these Archons. It's not going to be enough to shut them down.
And Zerg just made 11 Overlords.
He's on what? He's on 70 supply. He's going for that +3 in the air again. Why he's not using these Evo chambers on the ground to even just get his +2s would make such a huge difference in some of these exchanges. He's trying to kill all this with just broods, but you can't do that against Blake.
No, you at least need to have your roaches there or infestors. Honestly, infestors are the best option, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
But with the tech he has, he really needs to go roaches, but he's just not keeping everything together. He has a great army. It's just that he's spreading it out and trying to attack with the Broodlord separately and letting them get caught by these groups of Blink Stalkers just roaming around the map.
Both of these guys are getting their fourths established right now.
And the supply actually tips into URVoice's favor for the first time this game.
Yeah.
And even the income right now, we're at only 253 minerals per second coming in for our Zerg player, whereas Protoss is triple that right now.
Oh, this is starting to look bad so quick. And he had this game, and I'm just so surprised to see this. So
it's actually kind of painful to watch, to be honest. I mean,
yeah, it looks like he's trying to transfer as soon as this fourth pops, and then over to the fifth popping. He's continuing to make more broods here. He got such a brood heavy army with so few roaches to support it. Throwing away overlords right now.
Yeah, this was just amazing control by Voice to bring himself back into this game, and kind of a lack there of vision this time.
Yeah, and Voice, Fission's losing his third. Of course, all it was left doing was collecting gas, but he certainly needed. Fission's running out of money quickly.
Yeah, there's no income now for Fission. There's a little bit of gas coming in, but
he's got all these drones. All these drones at his 12 o'clock base are just sitting there, even though it's already up again. He doesn't have any of them collecting. He's got some on his fifth location at like the 1 o'clock position, but there we go. They're finally starting to collect. As he's having to drone up again, as he's down to 89 supply.
I don't agree with making drones at all at this point. I mean, he doesn't have a way to secure either of these bases either. He has plenty of drones. He's actually a little bit oversaturated at one of his only 2 mining bases. If he just moved those over, he'd be doing just fine.
Yeah, and Voice going ahead and taking another.
That's kind of a waste of larva. You need to get as many units as you can out, because Protoss is almost maxed out here, Yogi.
Yeah, and Voice is going ahead and taking a fifth to go along with this. +2s have finished for these roaches, but the +3 attack is on its way. This +3 attack is on its way for the broods, but he's got to have more things on the ground that have got some power behind them. He could use a whole lot of roaches to go with this. He just upgraded them to +2s. Still not brought a single infestor into this game. And here we go, another attack going on up here at the 12 o'clock position, going down, trying to take another base down. Very few lings here to do anything about it. And as he starts to push, it's another brood only push out. That's just going to turn into
a handful of roaches, like 8 roaches there. All this there to support that Broodlord army.
Yeah.
And that's just not going to last. Stalkers are playing directly under the Broods and can just pick them off.
Yeah, and look at all those Archons sitting there, and Fission having to tap out of that. Wow, that was just, I hate to say it, because, like you said, RxFission is just